Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
With the economy the way it is, some of us who need a new vehicle or a different vehicle might consider the car auction as a great place to find a good deal. Greenville's USL Auto Auction sells vehicles every Wednesday night to both licensed dealers and the general public. So if you've got the deposit, you've got a ticket inside.
There's a $500 cash deposit that goes toward your purchase price. There's also a once a year $30 membership fee.
The weekly auction brings out all types of people with one thing in common. They want a used car and they want it cheap.
It's all walks of life, all socioeconomic levels, all education levels. I mean, everybody. There's no demographic line you can draw amongst the bidder here.
There are dealers who come out every Wednesday evening and ordinary people who only visit when they see a vehicle they hope to buy. The auctioneers are full-speed sellers, but they say they know when to slow down the cadence.
With our individuals, we want to be a little bit slower, a little bit clearer with them so that they can understand us as auctioneers, because, you know, your dealers are participating at the sales every week, where the individuals might just come tonight, might not come for another month or two.
We're focusing on the USL Auto Auction because it allows the general public to compete with dealers. Most dealer car auctions in North Carolina only serve licensed professionals. All week long, the USL team works accepting vehicles and getting them ready for the Wednesday night auction.
796.
The cars are signed in, registered with numbers, and lined up.
Cars are checked in and start all week. Public can get them at 4:30. They're already pretty much set up, and they can peruse the cars at their leisure, crank them up, make sure they get in gear, listen for any kind of funny sounds, or look for abnormal lights that shouldn't be burning on the dash.
Many of these vehicles have been repossessed. Others were traded in when a customer bought a new vehicle from a dealership. Some cars are ready to roll off the lot, but many need a brief stop at a garage for maintenance, cleaning, or general TLC.
Most likely what you're going to look for is going to be a mid-grade car with fair miles on it. I'm not going to say that all the miles are going to be perfect on it.
Fair being what, over 50, lower than 100, or 50 to 150,000?
50 to 100, okay. 50 to 100,000, or a little over 100,000.
There are a lot of deals to be had here if you're knowledgeable enough about a car to know what you're doing. Everything here is probably going to need a little something done to it. That's why it's here.
If you're a private citizen who's never been to a car auction, the pros say, be careful. It's exciting out there. So exciting, in fact, you might forget you're competing with professional bidders and that every time you raise your hand, that price gets higher.
The time you spend at the auction watching the other dealers, the older dealers, that's just the experience you had to pick up. And if you don't go easy before you start spending a lot of money, someone's going to eat you alive.
You want to kind of do a little bit of studying before you come in. You want to know what kind of car you're looking for. You want to know what kind of price range you want to be at. And you certainly don't want to be the first person to bid on a car. You want to wait to see, you know, is there a dealer that's going to be hot on it, or are there two dealers that are going to be hot on it? You don't want to get in a bid war with somebody who has a vast amount of experience.
In these wars, there's no one to bail you out should you lose financial control. That auctioneer's cadence, by design, is to lure you to bid higher and higher. But if you do your homework, spot your target, and keep cool, you just might buy a vehicle cheaper than a dealer could sell it to you.
It's a perception. If you feel like what you've spent got you what you wanted, that's a deal. There's no rule, it's how you feel about it.
Is it anybody's job out here to protect me from myself if I get hung up in there and overpay for a car? Or is it just, I bought a car?
You bought a car. When the auctioneer lays the mallet down,
don't cry, don't
It
whine.
is his law. It is a contract. It is a law in North Carolina. You bought the car.
So as we tighten our household budgets and seek deals where we can find them, the car auction might cross your mind. But like everything else, the pros say study and do your homework and know when to quit lifting your hand. You just might cruise out of Greenville with a bargain.